This is my presentation on all about library materials. These are the vendors that I selected for the books. The first one is Children's Plus Inc., which is a vendor that curates customized lists based on set criteria that you give them, and they also have cataloging and processing services. The second vendor that I chose was Bound to Stay Bound Books. And what I liked about this vendor is that they have a program called Bound to Stay Bound Select that creates lists from your pre selected free read authors and series. And they also do processing and mark records for you. And the last one is Gumdrop Books with the ability to choose books utilizing professional development book reviews through their site, which makes it a lot better for you to see reviews from students, from other librarians, from professional reviews. They also give you customized book lists for a variety of reading programs, and they also provide mark records and book processing. These are the first books that I chose. These are all graphic novels. They're all from Bound to Stay Bound. So the first one is Garlic and the Witch. The second one is Invisible. I also chose Miss Quinces, Aquanaut, I Survived the Attack of the Grizzlies, 1967, and The Girl Next Door. So, the reason why I selected these is because these books benefit upper grade students because graphic novels are a very popular format in the school library. All of these books were selected based on their inclusion in award winning lists, and they're on a variety of topics. Continuing in books, these are fictional books, also from Bound to Stay Bound. These books are comprised of culturally relevant fictional stories for readers, more for the upper grades from third to fifth. The goal is for students to make connections to their personal lives through these readings. These were selected to be culturally relevant. The book Playing at the Border specifically is located here in the valley where we're from. So the students are right away able to make connections to that. There's this book, Tumble, that's about lucha libradores. There's Soul Food Sunday, in which they're able to connect to cooking with their families. There is The Incredibly Dead Pets, which they can make connections to Dia de los Muertos. And then there is We Dream of Space, about going to space and astronauts. And the last one for books are nonfiction. The vendor is Bound to Stay Bound. So I chose a variety of books for the nonfiction that are high interest topics that has something for everybody from first through fifth grade. Um, Paranormal is very popular in our school library. So there's Do Ghosts Exist? Ghosts Unveiled. Sports is also very popular in our library. So I chose Basketball Dreams, which is an autobiography. There's also a book on cooking. Alice Waters Cooks Up a Food Revolution. That is a biography. And then there is Action, how movies were made, because our students are very interested in that. And these are everyone picture books, also from Bound to Stay Bound. The first book is Seaside Stroll. There is That's Not My Name, Where in the World Are You, and The Midnight Fair. So these picture books were selected based on their inclusion in award winning lists, and students will be able to make connections through these books, and they're intended for all grades. Moving on to furniture, these are the library vendors that I selected. The first one is Library Furniture International, which is a company that evaluates each library's special needs and creates a plan based on the amount of space that you have available in your library. So that's something that I really liked about this company. They also recommend furniture for purchase depending on the amount of space that you have and the needs of the library. The next one is Opening the Book North America, which designs furniture specifically for all libraries with the patron in mind and their reading needs. Like, what is it that they're going to do to keep patrons coming back and in the library? And the last one is Hertz Furniture, specifically Library and Media Center. They develop furniture specifically for schools and library centers, and you're able to work with representatives to design your dream space. For the furniture, the first item that I selected was from Opening the Book. It's a double-faced book pod. So I really liked this because right away I thought of the idea of on one side showcasing the newest chapter books to the school library, and then on the other side showcasing picture books that are the newest to the school library. So I thought that this is the perfect item to have so that students can see the latest books that are available in the library. The next thing that I selected is this antimicrobial three-seat sofa from Hertz Furniture, and it benefits students of all ages so that they can have a comfortable place to read while in the library. And it's great that it's antimicrobial, so it makes it easy to clean. Another item that I selected from Hertz Furniture is the Tripod Portable Power USB charging station, which is going to help students when they come to the library and they need to be close to a charging station and they can't be close to a port. So, this allows students to charge their iPads or their Chromebooks, and it's also a great way to plug in other technology without having to be so close to the walls or the outlets. So the next item is Makerspace. The first library vendor that I chose is Makey Makey, and they're known for their kits in which students are able to make inventions or products using their creativity. The next one is STEMfinity, which is a company that specializes in hands-on engaging STEM and makerspace products for all ages. And the last one is makerspaces.com. Now, this company sells makerspace kits and has a blog on their online site that gives librarians ideas on projects that can be done with the products that they sell. The first product that I selected from STEMfinity is a Design STEM Careers Book and Build. So I really like this because students are able to connect literature of everyday jobs from the book to the related activities that come in this kit. The next item that I chose from STEMfinity were the plastic pattern blocks. So when I selected these, I thought of myself as a young child and how I loved creating products using these pattern blocks, and I could spend hours and my imagination. So with this, the possibilities are endless in students creating 2D and 3D products. The next one from STEMfinity are origami circuits. Now, they're for older students in grades second through fifth that love designing products and bringing it to life with circuits. So it makes it hands on and engaging. And the last one from STEMfinity is Magformer Smart Set, which are magnetic tiles that students are able to use to create 3D products or even structures. For technology, the first vendor that I selected is a very well-known one, Scholastic, which is one of the leading library companies that sells all types of products, and they have various partnerships with other companies, which makes it very great for technology and finding a variety of things. The next one is STEM Supplies, which is a company that promotes 21st century learning skills through the power of play and design for hands-on learning. So they have a lot of great technological products on their site. And the last one is Novel Effect. So this is a program software online that makes reading books more interactive by the program listening to the reader's voice and creating the sound effects as they read. So for my technology tools, the first one is the Ozbot group set, which is intended for students in first through fifth, in which the students are able to design paths and mazes for the Ozbots to follow, and it uses coding. The next one is the novel effects subscription for schools, and it brings books to life in that it incorporates sounds to give readers the ultimate reading experience. The next product is STEM supplies from STEM Supplies, and it's a green screen. So I really like this because the possibilities are endless with this product. Students are able to record their own videos and do book talks and change the backgrounds and add in special effects. So I know that this is for hours of fun. The next one is the Learner Makerspace annual subscription, which is an online program that students are able to use to come up with different ideas that they can use in the Makerspace Creation Station. And the last one from STEM Supplies is the coding course set, which is intended for students in grades third through fifth to work together in teams to complete coding challenges. And it also is great for teamwork skills. The next one is my library vendors. So I selected Demco. They're known as the leading supplier for library supplies and decor. It's a one stop shop that has everything a library needs. I also selected the library store, which sells a variety of library products with complimentary design services. And the last one is Vernon Library Supplies, which is a company that manufactures their own library supplies and carries other companies' products as well. For supplies and decor, the first item that I chose were genre book labels. So each label is at 10.99 times 10 labels for the different genres. So it's used for genreifying the school library because it makes it easier for students to select books when they are able to look at the different types of genres. The next item is the barcode scanner, and I really like this because it allows a librarian to be where the action is in between the books while the students are there, so they're not confined to the library checkout counter. The next item is the Demco self-inking stamp, which is used to mark stamps showing that it's school property. And the last item are growth mindset bookmarks, which can be used as prizes to be given to students, or they can also be distributed at book checkout. And what I like about it is that it incorporates the school's mission of social emotional learning. So, overall, this was my grand total. I spent $410.96 on books. On furniture, I spent $4,858. On Makerspace, I spent $487.93. For technology, I spent $3,662.65. For supplies and decor, it was $449.68 for a grand total of $9,869.22.